Thank you very much, and welcome to the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. It is a sun-splashed Sunday afternoon in Tampa, Florida. Dawn Staley, the three-time national champion, arriving in style, leading South Carolina. Tahina Pau, the senior guard, seeking a second straight title. Meanwhile, Paige Beckers, the three-time All-American, looking for a first championship. And Gino Auriemma, 11 national championships, more than any coach in Division I. His two Titan programs, UConn, South Carolina, a sea of fans ready to go. It's Champ Sunday, and it begins right now. A champion is crowned today. Will it be South Carolina or will it be UConn? Two historic programs facing off in a heavyweight bout.
Able to please rise to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad. Today, the flag displayed along the court is held by the Bloomingdale High School 6A State Championship girls basketball team and women leaders in the Tampa Bay area. And presenting the colors is the Tampa Police Department Honor Guard. And now, please join recording artist and former Boston College women's basketball student athlete Ayla Brown in the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, beautiful rendition of our national anthem gets us set for action here between South Carolina and Connecticut. There could be a revenge factor for either team in this game. UConn maybe wanting to avenge that 2022 national championship. South Carolina looking to bounce back from what happened this February on their home floor.
Well, certainly when you look at the matchup from earlier this season, everything went right for UConn, especially on the offensive end of the floor. Neither side players are looking at that as any indicator, understanding that this game will be very different and a big challenge for both sides.
Gino Auriemma. Connecticut trying to bring back title number 12 to Stores. Time for Jamie Coffey to give us the UConn starting lineup, brought to you by Capital One.
And now the starters for the UConn Huskies. At Ford, a 6'2" freshman from Durham, North Carolina, number 21, Sarah Strong. At center, a 6'5" freshman out of Cairo, Egypt, number 8, Jenna El-Afi. At guard, a 5'9" grad student from San Marino, California, number 20, Caitlin Chen. At guard, a 5'11" grad student out of Arlington, Virginia, number 35, senior from Hopkins, Minnesota, number 5, Paige Beckers. And that's your starting 5 for the Yukon Huskies.
Connecticut, second time meeting in a national championship game. South Carolina taking the first back in 2022. Who wins here in 2025? Sarah Strong, Chloe Kitts to jump it up. And the national championship game is underway.
South Carolina is starting out. That is an outstanding sign for South Carolina. Dawn Staley told us earlier this season our team relaxes when Pow Pow hits a shot early.
Here's Strong, the talented freshman, guarded by Kitts. Strong, poised at the cup.
It is truly remarkable.
Chloe Kitts, who is the MVP of the SEC tournament, as well as South Carolina's region, leading into the Final Four.
She had a quiet semifinal game because she picked up a foul early. Her minutes were limited as a result.
Here's Beckers, guarded by Kitts. Beckers trying to dance around her. What a move from Paige Buckets.
Paige Beckers is so adept at creates going left.
One of the things Tahina Pow Pow talked to us about yesterday was, my teammates have been begging me to shoot the basketball. Dawn Staley said she wants no hesitation on shots from Pow Pow. There was no hesitation there. Meanwhile, that foul on the other end was on Kitts, her first. Here's Fudd. Strong giving it right back. Fudd, a deep 3 is off. Rebound Chen. Chen finds the cutter. Fudd, she got that one.
You see how much South Carolina is switching defense.
Good action early between UConn and South Carolina. Here's Beckers, guarded by Hall. Gives it up. Strong cross court. Chen fakes the 3 on the drive, banks it in.
That all started when 2 defenders ran at Paige Beckers. UConn had
jumpers like that. Dawn Staley said we're going to need to put points on the board against this UConn offense. Strong finishes on the interior.
Both of these teams are so good, Ryan, when they can get out in transit.
Not that time. Rebound El Alfie. Dawn Staley told us before the game, #1 key, keeping Connecticut out of their transition offense. Fudd leaning and hitting, plus the foul.
You know what Emma loves when AZ Fudd is aggressive going to the basket. When she is decisive, you see her here getting in, gets hit on the off arm, still able to finish. Now both bigs for South Carolina with 1 foul, but perhaps that results in one of their biggest weapons coming in Joyce Edwards.
They called that foul on Chloe Kitts. It would be her second. On that replay, it clearly looked like it was Fagan.
I think coaches are telling Dawn Staley.
13-11 Connecticut lead. Hall gets denied by Strong. Ping-pongs into the arms of Beckers. Chen attacking, bouncing, El Alfie laying.
Caitlin Chen has been really playing with some poise here throughout the entire tournament. But
into the game, part of why South Carolina is so dangerous, the talent they bring off the bench. That foul was changed from Kitts to Fagan. So 1 apiece on Chloe Kitts and Sanaya Fagan. 15-14, Connecticut lead. Beckers 1 of 4 to start. That pass stolen by Edwards. Here's Wiley, has her pocket picked by Fudd. AZ Fudd off to a great start.
After scores or even off of turnovers, Connecticut's guards are pressuring up, trying to prevent get-ahead passes from South Carolina, letting everyone else run back.
Six rebounds in the quarter for the freshman Strong. 7 seconds left in the frame. Beckers banks it in. 2 seconds left. Pow flips it ahead. Johnson can't hit, and that'll do it for the first. UConn a 19-14 lead after one. We will hear from Gino Auriemma when we come back.
Coach Auriemma, some frustration you're showing right now talking to your assistants. What are you going to say when you get back in that huddle to your team?
Well, there's a couple little things, you know, like we lose contact with one of their shooters. That's fine. But down here now, we set an illegal screen, and then the next time we don't even set a screen. So, like, we got somewhere in between, you know. We might figure out a way to get it right. But, man, it was a hell of a first quarter, and I'm tired just watching it.
AZ Fudd is not tired. She got off to a good start. We've rarely seen Paige and AZ firing on all cylinders at the same time. What does that signal to you, the start those two had?
Well, so far so good. You know, it's important that we get both of them because we can't rely on just one of them. It's just too much defensive pressure. So right now, my big concern is these big guys got to rebound better. Right now, Sarah's the only one. The other two guys, they got to rebound better. And I think we can get more opportunities in transition that we need to look for.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Tessa had a career-high 19 points in the national championship game as a freshman. Really helped change that game against Iowa. The game South Carolina went on to win.
A floor spacer who can be very good from three.
Beckers, another jumper for Paige Beckers. And a touchdown lead for UConn.
Paige Beckers just coming off the handoff. South Carolina worked on this so much both yesterday and today of how they were going to try to defend it. That's just a tough.
Connecticut out of transition, and then also keeping them down from their normal three-point average. South Carolina has done both of those things thus far, but it's Connecticut who leads by 7. Strong, able to finish.
South Carolina.
Beckers hits both free throws. 4 to shoot. Pow. 2 to shoot. Pow gets denied by Strong. Able to control it inbounds. Here's Beckers twisting, dishing. Fudd, run off, pull up, is good. To me because I actually study a lot of Nikola Jokic film and try and implement aspects of his game. Strong, deep catch, and 2 more for Sarah Strong. Connecticut a 9-point lead.
Not an accident that the play was drawn up for Sarah Strong.
Strong, 8 points, 8 boards for Wiley again as Fudd stealed away. AZ Fudd to the cup.
Mylacia Ford-Wiley can be such an X factor for South Carolina because when she's in open space, especially in transition.
See how much UConn winds this down here. Beckers eyes the clock, gives it up, gets it back, 8 to shoot, into Strong. Beckers to the corner, shade, connects! First 3 of the game for Connecticut. Bud knocks it away, and South Carolina with 1.4 to make something happen. No, and that will do it for the first half. Connecticut a 10-point lead after 2 quarters, and the big 3 delivering 29 points in that first half combined. And AZ Fudd leading the way with 13 is with Holly.
AZ, South Carolina is a long and strong physical defense. How have you been able to find your spots and get going offensively?
I think being patient. Like you said, they're strong, they're long, so reading what they give us, not getting outside of ourselves, staying slow, staying calm, and using ball screens, I think.
You guys were down big on the rebounding and on the glass. Sarah Strong, I think she's got 11 by herself right now. How can you pick that up, but what do you see from her?
Yeah, I mean, Sarah's incredible, especially on the boards, but us guards got to box out. We're letting them get too many second chances, so we got to help her out and box.
Thank you.
I did not know until we saw that picture and heard that story that was one of them.
Does that keep toddlers in bed through the night?
You let me know.
Maybe an NIL deal with Saran Wrap coming for AZ Fudd. Here's Fudd, pivoting, dishing, Chen will fire way off. And the rebound to Fudd, another chance for UConn. Fudd on the drive, floats it in. AZ Fudd with 17 in a 3-minute stretch. Was held scoreless in the first half. The SEC 6th Woman of the Year.
Edward lost his shoe.
Strong, soft touch for Sarah Strong, and the freshman with another double-double.
That might normally have been Joyce Edward.
Did rebound Fudd on the weak side. 13-point Connecticut lead. Fudd, what a move. AZ Fudd all the way in.
The rim.
On the fans and Gamble. Love what they're seeing from AZ Fudd, who will return to Connecticut for another season.
Way about the school because she's been through so much. She has been out for much of almost a year and a half with knee injury, having to fight her way back to the court. She went 728 days without being able to play in an NCAA tournament game, but not today. She is not going to be denied, even though she was delayed.
Terrific senior season for the Gamecocks. Dawn Staley has told us many times she's the most important player to have on the floor for her team because of her communication. Strong and easy too.
Two-man game with AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong puts so much pressure on the defense because Fudd, with the way she scored, and we have seen that consistently now here through the NCAA tournament.
Paige Becker's at the line. Sinks the first.
I mean, when you look at that big three, Paige Beckers will be the #1 draft pick this year. They watch film together. There's an incredible amount of trust between those two women.
3:10 to go in the third. Strong fakes the three, gives it up in the corner. Fudd, you bet! AZ Fudd is on fire. Connecticut seeking a 12th title and their first since 2016. Strong's three is good.
Joyce Edwards was right there. Now, if they could come out, get a couple stops and scores, they could cut this to single digits. Instead, the lead has ballooned for Connecticut.
Yeah, South Carolina had scored 4 straight. They were 2 freshmen in the country. You throw Michaela Blake's in there as well. But Edwards and Strong actually good friends who grew up playing together since to begin the 4th quarter of the national championship game. UConn seeking a 12th title. South Carolina a 4th and a repeat. KK Arnold being ridden the whole way, able to finish, plus the foul.
And this is UConn's super small lineup. They do not really have a traditional big on the floor, and there's great spacing as a result. KK Arnold just driving, gets a hit pass, and able to finish.
And the Connecticut bench fully engaged. Maddie McDaniel getting some time here for South Carolina as Arnold completes the 3-point play, largest lead of the game for UConn. His seat to celebrate. Strong, oh, what a finish! Reversing it home. South Carolina has already committed 4 fouls here in the 4th. It's a lot of time for UConn to get to the free throw line in the final quarter of this season. Becker's backdoor, pops it in, plus the foul. It's raining blue in Tampa.
Wow, Paige Becker's reading the cut. The ball delivered beautifully. Absorbs the contact. Look at the react. KK Arnold, the bench. They're feeling it right about now.
Paige Becker's now tied with Maya Moore for the most points in NCAA tournament history in her career, and now ahead of her. Arnold on the attack. Arnold lays it in. slightly.
And good job to go quickly as well, because you need as much time as possible. On the other hand, you see UConn, deliberate, walking the ball up the floor, will be looking to stay aggressive while using clock.
Under 6 minutes to go. Using all the shot clock here. Beckers gives it up. Strong. You bet. After they beat UCLA by 34, the largest margin of victory in a Final Four game. Fudd leaning, can't hit, got it back. Beckers will run more clock.
This is a disciplined, intelligent team when it comes to late game situations.
Strong, 2 to shoot. Strong rumbles in, kicks out. Fudd, little off, another offensive rebound. And UConn can run more clock. Arnold dashing in. 2 more. In Columbia. This is 5 straight Final Fours. They have won 3 championships over the last 9 years. They have won 2 of the last 4. And we know they're not going anywhere. They will be... The emotion pouring out of Paige Beckers as she hugs the entire UConn coaching staff. We were talking to her yesterday about her relationship with Gino Auriemma, and she said it is definitely one of one. I'd say it's tough love, but I feel like I can talk to Gino about anything. I go into his office, we chat about golf or how to handle pressure, how to navigate social media, managing money. Said, yeah, he's sarcastic. Yes, he has that quick wit. But the reason the relationship is so special is because I'm willing to give it back to him. Under 1 minute to go. And there's the buzzer. It's an even dozen for Gino Auriemma and Connecticut. The final page in the book of Beckers is title number 12 for UConn. Gino Auriemma is with Holly Rowe.
Coach Auriemma, it's been a while. 2016, the last time you and your team felt this way. Go through that handshake line and hug your kid. What does it mean to you?
You know, you just never know if you'll ever be back in this situation again. And there were so many times when, you know, I think we all question, like, have we been here too long? You know, has it been time? And yet we kept hanging in there and hanging in there. And it's because these players make me want to hang in there every day. And this team has changed so much from the beginning of the season. If people only knew We had a preseason scrimmage. We lost the scrimmage. I thought we wouldn't make the NCAA tournament. But this is, I mean, they've all been gratifying, don't get me wrong. But this one here, because of the way it came about and what's been involved, it's been a long time since I've been that emotional when a player has walked off the court.
We saw that hug with Paige. All that she's been through, all that she's fought through. When you're in that hug, Coach, what are you saying to her?
I love you. That's all I can say. I love you. Well, it's amazing to have three people like that on the same team. And Sarah, you would think Sarah was graduating the way she plays, right? But all three of them complement each other so well. They all have such unique skill sets. You know, about 2 months ago, this team fell in love with each other. At first, you know, they would play, and there was like, yeah, we like each other, and we like each other a lot, and we spend a lot of time together off the court and on the court. But I think after the Tennessee game, I think they fell in love with each other, with the process, with ourselves as a group, and they started liking their coaches. And I just have never been happier than I've been the last couple of months coaching the team.
Coach Auriemma just told us he's never had the feelings he did when he hugged you as you came out of the game. What was that like for you, Paige, walking off the floor champion and greeting him?
Unreal. Just so much gratitude for everything this program has meant to me, for how much my teammates mean to me. And this is from the top to the bottom. Our managers are here from stores. Our practice players are here from stores. And they made us work our butt off this entire year. Our GAs, our managers, our assistant dobos, our masseuse, everybody. I can't even name all the people. Just everybody here takes a village just to do what we do here. And everybody's important to the team's success. And you see the 14 players and the coaching staff. But behind the scenes, there's so much work that goes into what we do. And there's just so much gratitude. And the strength conditioning staff, Hootie and Janelle, have had their hands full the last couple of years. So to reward all their hard work, I can't even put into words what's happening right now.
You walk off the floor and Coach gives you a hug. I asked him what he said to you, and he said, I love you. He's had to pour into you, and it hasn't always been easy. How has he gotten the best version of Paige Bueckers?
Yeah, he told me he loved me, and I told him I hated him. So, no, I love that. I love that man like more than words can describe, and there's a lot of times I don't, but it's because he's challenging me and making us all better in ways we never even knew we could, and he always has our back. That's the thing. Like, sometimes it feels like he's on you and he has nothing but bad things to say, but he always has belief. He always has your back, and just the relationship that we have, I can't even put into words.
The hugs, emotional for UConn. This was the longest drought they had since their first title in 1995. But the winningest program in Division I history is back on top with their 12th national championship. The trophy presentation is coming up next.
The seniors going out. We've got the freshman that has been absolutely brilliant. Paige, what do you say to this crowd and the fans who have embraced you? And what are your words for the future of this team?
Well, obviously, thank you. This turnout has been great. Tampa's treated us well. We feel all the Husky love. I want to say a special shout out to our managers and practice players who came all the way from stores. And all the alums who showed up to support us, just everybody here to support a sold-out crowd. That's a great environment for women's basketball. And this team is in great hands. I'm not worried about them at all. Obviously, the coaching staff speaks for itself. But these players, we got the blueprint now. We know how to do it. We know what it takes to get back here. And they got a whole lot of heart, a whole lot of passion, a whole lot of faith. And I got nothing but trust in them.
All right, Sarah, one quick question. One of the best performances we've ever seen in history from a freshman, the most points ever scored in an NCAA tournament. How proud are you of yourself to step up so big on this stage?
I mean, I'm more proud of my teammates. I mean, I feel like we did a really good job just executing everything and staying together.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Good job. Good job. Your 2025 NCAA Women's Basketball Champion, the UConn Huskies.
Prepares his teams for March better than any coach in college basketball, and he's done that for the last 40 years. And he's